In this video, we will learn the basics of division. When you understand these basics, you will know how to deal with long divisions. Okay, let's see what the basics of division are. We take the division 9 divided by 3 as an example. What we have to do is to divide the total 9 into 3 equal groups. I'm sure you are now the master of the multiplication table and can easily remember that 3 multiplied by 3 equals 9. So 9 divided by 3 equals 3. Looks so simple, right? Yeah, because you already learned the fact family of 3 in multiplication. So, doing division is to divide or to split up a number by any given number. It means dividing a number equally into a given number of groups. Okay, you need to remember the way to read the division equation. We say 9 divided by 3 equals 3. I have a question for you. If in multiplication we call the numbers their factors and products, how do we call the numbers in division? 9 here is the number we will split up into 3 equal groups. It's called the dividend. And 3 here is the number of groups that we want to divide into. It's the divisor. How about the result? We call it quotient. Yeah, quotient. And this one is a division symbol. Actually, we don't have only one division symbol like this. One symbol can be popular in some countries but may not be popular in others. Let's get familiar with some popular division symbols below. This symbol is the one we have just used when talking about the basics of division. 10 divided by 5 equals 2. It's the original division sign that you may see more regularly not only in your country but also other countries. When we add the symbols, it means that we write the same division equation in different ways. This equation is still read 10 divided by 5 equals 2, but we use another symbol. It's still a division sign, but written like a slash. But no worries, it's like the original division sign. And our sign can also be a horizontal line. Oh, it looks like a fraction, doesn't it? In fact, the line in the fraction means dividing by. Another interesting sign people use when dividing is this. So where do we place our numbers? The dividend will be under the horizontal part of the symbol, and on the left of the curved part we write the divisor. The quotient will be placed above the horizontal part. Next, we'll see how people in Vietnam usually use for division. When writing a division equation, they use this symbol. And when calculating, this symbol will be used. With this one, the dividend will be on the top left of the symbol, while the divisor is on its top right and the bottom right is the position for the quotient. Let's return to the division 9 divided by 3. We assume that there are 9 cookies being given equally to 3 children. With cookies, we can easily solve the problem. Each kid will receive 3 cookies and no cookies left after dividing. Let's try another division. 10 divided by 3. This would be a little bit tricky. We have to split up 10 into 3 equal groups. But 10 and 3 aren't parts of a fact family. So you can find the answer on the multiplication table. That's because 10 is not a multiple of 3. And there are no numbers that you can multiply 3 with to have the product of 10. That means there will be something left over when dividing 10 into 3 equal groups. Let's bring the cookie solution here. There are 10 cookies and 3 kids. Each kid will be given 3 cookies and 1 cookie will be left over. And in division, that leftover number is called the remainder. So the answer to 10 divided by 3 is 3 with 1 left over, or with the remainder of 1. We can write R1 here to indicate the remainder. Okay, it's not hard to figure out the answer if we have a picture of cookies and kids like this. But how would we do when we just have numbers? To do that, we have to use a special division procedure. Until now, we have learned 5 division symbols. And the last 2 ones will be used in this procedure. Let's start with a symbol popularly used in many countries, and I'll show you how to use the one that people in Vietnam often use for reference. As in the introduction of this division symbol, we write the dividend under the horizontal line, the divisor on the curved part of the symbol, and here will be the place of the quotient or the answer. The first step, we have to think or guess how many times of 3 can make 10 or almost 10. If you guess correctly, much time will be saved. If not, you have to make more effort. Now I guess 1. To check if I guess correctly, I multiply the divisor 3 by 1. We got 3 times 1 equals 3. I write this answer here right under the dividend to easily subtract to see how big the remainder is. Let's get the dividend 10 to subtract 3 and the difference is 7. Oh, the remainder is too bigger than the divisor, so 1 is a wrong guess. If the remainder is bigger than the divisor, it means you have to guess another bigger number. This time I guess 3. We do the same. 3 times 3 equals 9, and 10 minus 9 is 1. This time looks right. Our remainder is smaller than the divisor. And this is exactly the same as the answer that we used the cookies to find out. And we place the remainder right up here with the letter R for remainder. I'm sure it's simple for you now when dealing with these small numbers, but with bigger numbers you will find this way very helpful. Now let's practice with 75 divided by 5. We do the same way, but we calculate with a symbol used in Vietnam. The dividend 75 will be on the top left of the symbol, while the divisor will be on the top right. And down here is the place for the quotient. And this division will be a little bit trickier for you. 75 is a 2-digit number, and when we divide it by 5, we divide each digit of 75 by 5 and we start from the digit on the left. Okay, how many 5 can make 7 or almost 7? 1 is my answer. Let's check by finding the remainder of this small division. 5 times 1 equals 5. I put 5 right under 7 to subtract. And 2 is the difference or the remainder of this small division. It's smaller than 5, so 1 is correct. Next, we bring the digit of 75 down to the right of 2, that makes 25. We continue to divide this number by 5. On the multiplication table, 5 times 5 equals 25. So the division 25 divided by 5 will have the quotient of 5. This result will be written on the right of 1 in the quotient section. We check again for the remainder. 5 times 5 equals 25 and the difference here is 0. That's nice. We don't have any units in the remainder, or in other words, the division 75 divided by 5 has a quotient of 15 and no remainder. We can say that 75 is divisible by 5. If you use any symbols in your dividing procedures, the answer will come in the same way. Just choose one that you find easy to use. Now let's move to some necessary rules in dividing. Rule number 1, you can never divide by 0. Look at this division. How can we divide 8 into no groups? It's impossible. And if students see in their test with the division with the divisor is 0, just write undivided onto the answer sheet. Rule number 2, any numbers divided by 1 equals themselves. That's true. We have 10 cakes and we give all to one kid, so the kid will receive the whole 10 cakes. For example, 8 divided by 1 equals 8. 100 divided by 1 equals 100. Rule number 3. When we swap the position of the divisor and the quotient, the new division equation is also true. We also have some rules for divisibility that will be introduced in our next video. Thanks for watching.